Well, the folks from RecoverFun sent me a portable cold tub, and it has a compressor and everything, so I don't need to cart buckets of ice. The debate's still open on whether it's going to be fun or not, but so we're going to do a little unboxing. I'm going to set it up, show you how it works, and they sent this to me for free and said, hey, do you want to try this out? And if you like it, do a YouTube video about it. So that's what I'm going to do. And if I don't like it, I'll do a YouTube video about it too and tell you what I don't like about it. So that's always the rules. They have sent me other stuff in the past. If you remember, I did a video on this little mini massage gun, which is awesome. I use it literally every time before I go on the ice, before I do my off-ice warm-up, and it's been fantastic. I've had it for years now, and it just works like a champ. It's awesome. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. So I'm just cracking into the boxes. This is, I guess, is a little, it's got feet on it, so I'm guessing it's a little mat, which is actually nice, so I'm not dripping water all over the basement when I come out of my freezing cold tub. And then this, I'm gonna have to assume, is the tub part. So the cool thing about this is that it's portable, which is nice. And the price point, because I know you're gonna ask, I think it's around like just under $1,000, like $997 or something. So basically $1,000. So not cheap. I made this video about my backyard cold tub that was basically like a horse water trough that, I don't know, probably costs a couple $100, but then the downside, you know, in the summer it's 30 degrees and that thing's like kind of actually a nice swimming pool. So you have to dump buckets of ice in it to get it down to temperature. So this one actually has a compressor. And if you look at some of the, like I looked at some on Instagram, like other ones, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. And then I looked at the price and it's like $3,000 or something. So I think for what it is, it's not a small ticket item, but I think for what it is, it's a pretty reasonable price point. We'll see. We'll see how it looks when we get it set up. But so boom, that's that. Now we're gonna see how I'm not very good at setting things up. So let's dig into this compressor. Fragile. It's Italian. Does anybody watch Christmas Story? Do you drop a comment if you totally got that reference? And then, not only that, tell me you got that reference, but then tell me your favorite part or line of the whole movie. I like the part where the kid's punching the other kid. I like that one. And his mom comes and saves him. He's so mad. Did you ever get in a fight when you were in elementary school? I did. I got in a fight playing road hockey, oddly enough, with my friend Rob Brook, and he punched me in the nose. And that was pretty much the end of the fight. So that's the end of my fighting career. Wow, this is really, I got lots of, oh, okay. There's gear in there. I thought it was just foam. So there's, wow, that's a lot of pieces. I might have to get Paul in on this. He's sort of the mechanical type of the family. Okay, there's a hose. Also wrapped in nice foam. Lovely. And then this would be the compressor. You know, they put stuff in boxes so that you can't, and they're heavy, but you can't really get your hands in there because the box is a little on the tight side. Now the people at RecoverFun were nice enough to send me a video kind of showing me how to put it together. They didn't make it specifically for me. I'm sure you would get the video too. So I'm gonna have a quick look at that because what I usually do, take after my dad in this sense. I find every wrong way to do it and sometimes break it in the process and then be like, oh yeah, geez, I should have read the instructions. So I'm gonna watch the little video they sent me and then we're gonna get putting this together. Let's see how it goes.
Step 1, insert legs. Insert the 6 support.
I feel like I have a pretty good handle of what to do. So we start with this. Three points. We start by getting this thing set up. So this is a nice little lid, so that's good. I think in the website they said the cost of chilling the water per month was $12 to $20 or something like that. So this lid will be nice because it probably helps keep the temperature controlled. So we start, wow, this is quite, it's actually really sturdy. Really sturdy. Wow, that's nice. And we put these in pockets. So far, so good. You know what? I'm just gonna make it sit upside down. So far on the easy peasy scale, this is easy peasy lemon squeezy. Boom. So that was super easy, easier than probably putting together that hockey net or whatever. So this is good. The next step we're gonna do is, there's an inflatable ring that kind of makes the top of the tub and gives it its round shape. So you can see that it just has a little pump attachment, and it sounds like they've given me a pump. So now I'm gonna get my biceps workout in for the day. I'm gonna pump this up, and I'm gonna pump up the lid, and then it should really take its shape. But I think it's looking pretty good so far. And as promised, here's a little pump. Let's get busy. Not the highest capacity pump ever. Oh. I feel like I've made it more square than round. Might have to go back to the video, see where did I go wrong? Okay, we got it round. It was, the problem that I had was, this was still kind of rolled in a little bit, so I just rolled it out. I think I could still get some more pressure in there to get it a little bit firmer. So, in true, I am my father's daughter. Because I watch the instructions, but I don't really pay attention. But you know how it was popping out on me? Because there's actually, they have a one-way valve in there, and I had the full valves open. So then it would create pressure, and then it would pop back out. So now that I'm using, I've closed that, so I'm getting that one-way valve, and so even when I take this out, it's not like psh, letting air out. So this little black valve is a one-way valve, so it holds the pressure. Before I had the whole thing open. So now we're good to go. That's more what I was looking for. Now we just do the same thing for the lid, la même chose. Now I actually know about the one-way valve. So this one should go a little smoother. My arms look bigger? I thought so too. Yeah, I thought so too. I love the little lid. Very nice touch, RecoverFun. Well done. Well done, you. I think that looks pretty. Okay, that's not their fault. Technically not my fault either. When I tried to pull the pump out, I pulled out the one-way valve too, so we'll just do that again. Really, I just wanted to work my arms a little more. Get them a little bit bigger. Get in there, you. Okay. Now we got her. And we good. So those nubbins pop in there, and I guess that just sits like that. Slick. The next step, and this is crucial, is to close the valves. So I'm just looking, my eyesight isn't the best, getting up there. I'm just looking to see if it really clearly says like open and close. There is this is a trick that Paul taught me. Like, so if this is in line with the tube, that means it's open. And so when you go like that, that tells you that it's closed because it's kind of crossing off the tube. So it isn't super clearly marked, but yeah, so when it's straight like this, it's open. And when that valve is across it, it's shutting off the valve. So far this thing's been super easy to put together. The next step is going to be filling her up with water. Before I do that, I'm interested to know, do you use cold water immersion? Do you use a cold tub? How does it make you feel? I explained again in that video why I use it and the benefit I get from it, but some of the benefits are reduced inflammation, maybe reduced muscle soreness then after really intense training. It can have a negative effect on hypertrophy if you're trying to add a lot of mass. Those inflammatory responses are part of what triggers and stimulates your muscles to grow. So just make sure, and I explained it all in that other video I told you about, improved mood, maybe from an endorphin response because you're so happy you didn't freeze to death. You get a big rush of like happy endorphins coming out, and potentially enhanced circulation. To me, it really boils down to, do you like it? Does it make you feel good? Or do you feel accomplished because you did it? Then that has value as well. So some people are like, oh, scientifically, I don't know. There's been a lot of anecdotal stuff and a lot of case studies on people, but there isn't a whole lot of research that really says, specifically like, yes, this is really you should do it because of this. So if you like it and it makes you feel good, it makes you feel better for your training or mentally or whatever, then awesome, have at her. But drop a comment, let me know what your experience with cold immersion has been. So just finishing getting this thing filled up, and then we will take it for a test drive. Let's just recap. So it's the RecoverFun cold pod. You can follow them on Instagram. They're RecoverFun_global, or their website is just recoverfun.com. They did not pay me to make this video. They sent this to me for free, which is super nice. So that's like, obviously that's a trade-off, but they didn't pay me to do it, and I'm allowed to say whatever I feel about the product. It comes in at about $997 retail. They do ship worldwide. So if that's something that you were worried about, I double checked, they ship worldwide. Once I set up the chiller, it cools the water to 5 degrees Celsius is the lowest it'll get, which is plenty. I think 14 degrees Celsius and below is about the therapeutic range. It doesn't, people think it has to be like you have to cut a hole in a frozen lake and that's, you know, better. It isn't. It's just, it needs to be, I'm pretty sure it's 14 degrees Celsius and below is within the therapeutic range. We talked a little bit about benefits, potential downfalls of cold water immersion, but I also just want to highlight, this does not replace so I talk about the big rocks, you know, the ABCs or the 1, 2, 3s of your development. This is a 9, 10, 11. So it isn't a big rock. It's a pebble in your development. It doesn't replace proper nutrition, and even talking about recovery, doesn't replace hydration, number one, proper nutrition, and proper sleep. From a performance perspective, it doesn't replace proper training. If you want to get some proper training programs so that you can then use the cold tub to restore your working muscles, you can go to my website, goalietrainingpro.com, click on the training programs tab to see how all my custom programs work. But for now, I'm going to finish filling up this bad boy, bad girl, bad boy, bad girl sounds just funny. And then I'm gonna put on my bather and jump on it. Well, we gotta cool it first. Then I'll put on my bather, jump on in, and take it for a test drive.